What's up, gamers? It's Wheezy here with a little insight onto the new killer introduced into Dead by Daylight, the Blight. So, first impressions here, I think that people are sleeping on this killer. If you look at all of the strong killers and you look at what they have, the number one thing that they have going for them is their map control and general ability to pressure multiple areas on the map within a short amount of time. And I don't know if anybody in the game is going to be able to, except for maybe Billy, is going to be able to have the same amount of map control as the Blight. His ability to move from gen to gen, from pallet to pallet, is going to be second to none, really. As long as a few small things can get tweaked, fixed, improved, I feel like he's going to be super strong. I think a lot of people feel he's going to be underpowered because they've gotten too used to the last two killers that have released, both Pyramid Head and Deathslinger, whose powers have little to no downside while also granting you free zoning and free pressure and free hits on loops as well as in dead zones. So now they're confronted with a killer like this who has a higher skill cap and whose power does have some downsides if you can't use it correctly, and they just find it to be weak and underwhelming. I played him for about 7 or 8 hours on stream yesterday during the PTB, and towards the end of the night we started to really get a good feel for how he looks, how he plays, how he feels, and how to properly use him. And honestly, I feel like he's going to be the best M1 killer in the game. There were just a few things from the PTB that I would really like to see them fix and tweak as we move into live servers, and I feel like he's going to be in a really good spot. The first thing that I would like to see them fix is the turning radius while you're lunged. A few times there were hits that I feel like I should have gotten that I couldn't get because I could only turn at about 45 degrees from the rush into my lunge. I feel like this makes the power a little bit too easy to 360, especially with how useless this power is around loops. I don't want to be missing out on the free hits that I can get in the open when I catch survivors off guard. I want to be able to take advantage of those situations and land the hits. So if they could just increase the turning radius to just about 90 degrees, anything more than that I think would be excessive. But if they can get it up to about 90 degrees turning, I feel like it'll feel a lot better and you'll get rewarded more often for those hits out in the open. Secondly, and the most obvious of the changes, is they need to narrow the collision hitboxes. The way it works right now is very difficult to navigate through tighter areas on the map, especially including doorways. With how bad environment hitboxes are on this game, I mean, all Huntress players know how bad it is. It's impossible to fit through almost any door. So using your power for mind games around Killer Shack or some of the stronger loops in the game, it seems almost impossible because you just can't physically fit through the doors without colliding 4 or 5 times. So if they can get those collision hitboxes narrowed down just a little bit, I think you'll see a vast improvement in the amount of gameplay and the variety of ways that killers can attack loops with this killer and specific buildings with this killer. Finally, the last thing that I would like to see them change is right now on the PTB, if you use your power and you land a successful attack on a survivor, you almost feel punished for it. You get hit with a double cooldown. You get your successful attack cooldown where he wipes off his blade, and then you also get the cooldown of injecting the serum back into his body, and it feels really punishing to deal with. It almost seems like you would be better off not landing the rush hit and then just M1ing them afterwards. I'm not sure. Some people said that was a bug, that it wasn't working as intended. I really hope to see that narrowed down, and maybe just the successful attack cooldown, or even like a combination of the two where he's wiping off his blade while he's injecting the serum into himself would be pretty neat as well. Some way to make you feel less punished for landing those rush hits would be very, very nice to see. Now I'd like to talk about exactly where I feel like he fits within the hierarchy of killers. He's obviously not going to be, S tier with Nurse and Spirit. I also don't even think he's going to slide into that A tier with Billy, Freddy, Oni, maybe even Pyramid Head up there. I think he's going to land somewhere in the upper B tier, somewhere around Huntress, Demogorgon, Deathslinger, somewhere in that range as he stands now. Once we get a little more time and can grow a little bit more comfortable with his power, and maybe a few tweaks get made as he comes to the live servers, you might see him creep up a little bit. But right here at the start, I think he's going to land somewhere around that upper B tier. And if you can learn how to really take advantage of his power, I think you can really start creeping up towards A tier. I feel like a lot of people are really sleeping on this killer. And I'm very, very excited to get in on the live servers and spend some time tinkering with builds and tinkering with his power and really finding some nice blight techs to pull off around popular loops that you just can't do with any other killer. But all right, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked seeing the new content from Behavior. I'm very excited for this chapter, very excited for the graphics update. The new generator animations are awesome. I'm looking forward to everything that this chapter is bringing, and I really can't wait to get in and experiment with this guy. We might have actually been able to find ourselves a new main here. So that's going to do it for us. Don't forget, we stream on Twitch 4 or 5 nights a week around 8 or 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Feel free to come on and hang out and ask any questions and check out some new Blight techs. All right, gamers, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Yo, a Z-Wall, PogChamp. He fucking knows, dude. He's a knower. Swing and a miss round 2.